Hi there everyone, this is Kelly Gettelfiger with Always Stampin' Videos, and today is my second day of a series that I'm calling One Fold Wonders. And so I'm showing you several different folds, very simple folds, to create a really fun, easy, and fabulous card. So for example, the card that I'm going to show you today is this one here. I'm actually not going to make the entire card, but most importantly, I want to show you how to trim the decorative paper to line this particular card. But you can see what an impact this particular card makes. It's just that one little fold makes such an impact, and so I'm going to show you some of those folds. And so if you watched my video yesterday, you got to see some of the basic folds. So go back on my YouTube channel, Always Stampin' Videos, and check that first video out. I'll also leave a link in the description for that first video. So today you're watching the second video, and so I am going to show you how to make this particular card step by step. This fold is the exact same fold as this one, so I've just turned the card to the side instead of having it straight up and down. So let's get started. Now yesterday I showed you this card, and it has a very simple fold down here at the bottom of the card. This is a half-inch fold along the edge, so you can see it's like that. And basically what I've done here is the exact same fold, but I've just made the fold crooked, if that makes sense. So let me grab a piece of cardstock and show you what I mean. So here's a piece of cardstock. It is 5.5 by 8.5, and I've folded it in half. So we're not going to count that fold. This is the fun fold that we're going to make. So sometimes, like I said, when I make this particular fold, the one that makes this card, and I make it a little bit bigger, like this is a 1.25 inch fold. Sometimes it just feels like, or looks like it's not straight. It is probably, it tricks my eye, and the perfectionist in me just doesn't like it. So I actually will fold my cardstock on purpose. I'll fold it crooked on purpose, just like that, so that I give it it just gives more detail, more dimension, and so you can just see how fun that is already. I mean, it's just a plain piece of cardstock, but it looks so fun. So I always trim off this little piece here so that my card will still fit into an A2 or invitation-sized envelope. And then now we're going to decorate it. All right, so the first thing that I did, oh goodness, I put away my background stamp. Hold on. Oh, I hate doing this. I'm so sorry. All right, so I'm going to use the background stamp called Tree Rings. So here it is here. And this is a stamp from Stampin' Up. It's a background stamp, so it covers the entire card. And I am going to cover this entire front piece here, the piece that I folded. All right. So you're going to ink up the entire stamp, and you're just going to put it on top of the card. Now, I actually didn't push mine really hard, so you can see where there are some pieces that didn't really get it, and that's okay. I like that look whenever I use something that looks like a tree or wood. So I like when it looks like it's not all there. So then I'm going to add adhesive to the folded area, fold that up, and then I've used the 2-inch stamp and the 2.25 inch stamp to create my circles. So let's see here. I'm just gonna layer those and then add that to my card. So I'm just going to put those right here. And then I have used the stamp set called Hold On to Hope, and I've trimmed out the cross. This comes with a little framelit set, which makes it really easy to trim out the cross. And then what I've done is I've went in with my scissors. Now I actually use an old pair of scissors for this because I don't want to dull my nice paper snips from Stampin' Up. So I use an old pair of scissors and I just rough up the edge of my paper to make it look distressed, like that. And then the cross is just going to go on top of my circles. And I've already popped that up with some dimensionals. And then I'm going to use Cajun Craze. Well, it would have been nice if I would have had all that ready, huh? And I'm going to add my greeting. Now, this greeting says, hold on to hope. And what's fun about this card, when you fold it at an angle like this, you can add your greeting down here at the bottom so that when you open your card, the greeting is still there, or still visible. Or you can add just a little bit of, just a fun detail by making that greeting go right along that folded edge that's kind of crooked. And so there you have it. That card is all done. Now I'm going to show you, like I said, how to create the designer series paper that goes inside those two areas there along the fold. So you're going to have a piece of decorative paper that measures 3 3/4 by 5 inches. So 3 3/4 by 5 inches. And then you're gonna have your card that measures 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. And remember, we're just gonna fold that. It doesn't matter how big the fold is. It can be different every single time you fold it. There are really no other measurements other than 3 3/4 by 5 inches for your decorative paper. Okay, and so then now what you're gonna do is add some adhesive to the back side of your decorative paper, but only along the outside edge. And when I say outside edge, I mean the edge that's going to go along the fold of your card. Then you're just going to center that so that you have a nice little frame, a nice little mat from your cardstock around your designer series paper. And now the folded area, you're going to fold that in to your card. And you're going to flip it over and you're going to trim off this piece here of the decorative paper. So just take your scissors and give that a trim. And again, it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. And now, see, once you come back to your card and you open that up, I go ahead and add my adhesive for my card and adhere that down. Trim off this little top part here, remember. And now we have our piece of decorative paper that we trimmed off. And when we flip that over, look, it fits perfectly right into that area. Now I like to trim off this little top piece here so that it looks even with my designing series paper. So I'll just move it sort of to the top of my card. That way I can have a nice straight trim. I use that as a guide. And then I add my adhesive. And just add that piece of decorative paper to my card. And there you have it. And so that, I like to call that fold the twisted fold. And so I hope you enjoyed this video, part 2 of One Fold Wonders. Be sure to check out yesterday's video of part 1 and then come back tomorrow because I'm going to show you how I actually end up liking this particular fold. The perfectionist in me says, it's okay, we can do this. And so I'm going to show you how to make this card. I really love this card because the fold actually allows you to continue to see what you've focused on the front of the card as you open the card. So join me tomorrow and I'll show you how to make that. Thanks for watching and I hope you have a creative day.